Alrighty then. Let us go ahead and get a quick heal over here at Pilchard Bay and then make our way to the first location. Oh, right. I have to actually leave the dungeon area. Did not mean to go to the Shrine of Mysteries. Meant to go to Pilchard Bay. Thank you very much. Hey, hey! How you doing, man? Hi, Mai. I took the last 2 days off of work. Sick and all, you know. Oh, my darling, you're back. I'm afraid you've missed your father. He's back out at sea again. But if you and your friends need to take a rest, your room's always there for you. Part of me's like, man, why don't you just take another one out? Yeah, I'm doing better. Faux show. How's your job been? Alright, we're gonna go to a place called Not Again. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because he didn't want to be driving and all that. How's your hunt for a new job going? Oh, okay. Even better. Gave up your cardboard addiction then? You know, to be honest, that's the life I wish I could have. But alas, as a homeowner, I understand that there are things in life called bills, and they make you cry. They are scarier than the scariest scary game that's ever scared your pants off. Are you getting paid to actually attend classes? Nice. Man, I haven't gotten an allowance in like 18 years, my dude. I am old. I can't even remember the pittance of an allowance I used to get. $20 a week? No, that was how much I got for... That was my lunch money when I was in high school, which became my allowance. So I could choose not to eat and have $20 a week, or I got to eat. Naturally, my friends fed me. Because who knew in high school and you had friends, they don't like seeing you not eat. Especially on pizza days. Where you can get like 3 pizzas for $0.25. Is what it felt like, of course. But was it actually the case? Nah, fam. Of course not. Hold it right there! Scratchy, who are you and where did you come from? Not that it matters. This town is off limits. No one gets in or out. Just you wait till Mustafa hears about this. Now don't move a muscle while I go and get him. Screek. No. Don't go bothering the boss. Let's just deal with them ourselves. They don't look like they'll put up much of a fight. If we show some initiative by taking them out now, it's bound to impress the boss. He'll probably give us a reward. You wily little devil, you. That's a great plan. Besides, we haven't had much exercise lately. A workout will do us good. Well, I don't know if you were following all that, but the upshot is, you're all gonna die. All I'm gonna say is this town name has something to do with its history. Now, you might be like, well, what's the town name? Not again. No, not again. It is Nottaggen. Not again. That was so not a good idea. You shouldn't have beat up those monsters, man. You need to split fast. If the boss finds out you took out a splinty, he's gonna be like, well, man. Yep, not again, narrator. Welcome to Not Again, worst town ever. We've been veiled in darkness for so long, I can't even remember what the sun's supposed to look like. Who cares about that stupid stuff now anyway? It's too late for us. There's no hope. We've got no future. In a word, life sucks. See all those holes? Those are the scars the malign vine left our town with. At least this was a real monster, unlike the total wimps who live here now. There'd be no match for that thing. So let me guess, did you get trapped here by the Demon King's forces too? Well, let me tell you about this place. It's a den of despair, hopelessness, futility, despondency, and... Did I mention despair? Oh, my bag. My poor daughter was attacked by that hideous creature, the malign vine. She escaped with her life. Just since then, she's been in bed trying to get over the deal. Oh, well, I'm totally gonna stay in bed forever. I never want to see that stupid sun again. I hate the sun. I hate my mom. I hate it. Everything. I mean, even the sun did come out again, the monster might come back, and what then? No way. I'm never going outside again. doing? What's hold up? I'm picking starving. Eh? Who are you? Don't remember seeing your pig ugly face around town. Not that I care. I'm too hungry to care. If you don't bring me some freshly cooked swiddle this instant, I'll eat you instead. Life is this. I slave away all day, literally pig swill into a bucket for them grateful swine, and then I get up the next day and do it all over again. Now I can't help thinking it might have been better if that malign vine had just killed us all. Oh, hello. It's nice to see someone new to complain to. I'm a traveling salesman by trade, and I was going about my business when I got attacked by this hideous creature known as the malign vine. So I think it'd be safe. No sooner did I get into town than the place got veiled in darkness and cut off from the rest of the world. How'd that go for tough luck? I'd like to point out that right now, Meredith is our weakest member. She is a jester. For some reason, that thing loves to pretend to run the shop. If you're going to do business with a monster, just be sure to count your change. Yep. Hey, you don't need to talk down about yourself. You're a valued member of the stream. Welcome to the Grimporium. What are you gonna purchase today? Nothing. Don't want anything? No. Who do you think you are? Well, I don't care. I'm gonna jab you till you squeal. Maribel. Tongue bashing! The only thing I need to make sure is that Maribel does not hit 8 stars while I'm not paying attention. Let's see, Iron Mask. Not bad at all. If I was you, I wouldn't make an habit of going around picking fights with monsters. But a little, yeah, for a while too. To eat night down. Make it at home if you see, think you like the look of. Just help yourself. I mean, it's not like anyone else. I may be the market for me, for any of me stock anytime soon. Can I buy anything from them? Nope. What's wrong with these people? If they're scared of even fighting the monsters, they'll never get rid of them. It's hard to believe that a man as stout as he could be so drained of fighting spirit. Damn your eyes, Demon King! But I vow that I should bring thy reign of terror to an end if it be the last thing I do, yar. I remember the day the sound was sealed off from the rest of the world and plunged into darkness as if it was yesterday. But what the Demon King did to us was a darn sight better than what we went through before. The malign vine was the worst. I mean, who could be more horrific than a giant man-eating plant? A giant plant-eating man. Say the malign vine got all its energy from the sun. That's why it started to wither and die as soon as the light was blotted out. I think something that monstrous couldn't survive without a bit of sunlight. How'd you manage to sneak into town? Not that it matters. All you need to know is that this place is the worst. If I were you, I'd get myself down this well ASAP. Okay. The wretched people of this town have long since abandoned hope and lost faith. The Almighty, when the monsters came and flowed from the church and have been down here ever since praying for my flock. Forgive me. The black dragon Sulk spread its dreadful wings and cast its shadow over the sun. Since then, we've been trapped in endless darkness. Sulk had his monstrous minions build him a tower to the west where he now resides. From his perch at the top, he sees all that happens here below. There's not the slightest thing we can do about it. Oh, well, that sucks. Damn me, I dread to think what those awful things have done to my poor house. That big place behind the wall there is mine, you see, but the monsters booted me out and took it over. Not just any monsters either, their boss is there acting like he owns the place. There's not much I can do but hang around here thinking about the way things used to be and ruining the day those horrible creatures came to town. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Have you heard about the tower to the west? It's called the Pillar of Sulk. No. Well, we're rather the monsters are rather proud of it. According to what I heard, they managed to build it in 3 days and 3 nights. Pretty speedy work, I think you'll agree. Mere human beings like you and me wouldn't be able to pull off a feat like that, would we now? Well, would we? I bet you didn't see that coming, did ya? Humans are so pig ignorant sometimes. Actually, all the time. If you're here, I'm guessing you're looking for the boss. Well, I'm afraid the top hog's upstairs, and if you want to see him, you're gonna have to go through me first. Okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Excusez-moi. That was easy peasy. Pig ignorant squeezy. Sure. I was like, man, do I really gotta pay this overpriced $100 billion a day price? Yeah. You're gonna love this, boss. Hey, what do you think you're doing here? Oh, I bet you think you're clever coming up here, don't you? Well, you couldn't have done anything rather rash. No one's gonna save you or bacon from the boss. Have you heard? Mr. Mustafa hates humans. He thinks they stink. Don't go making any half-fizzed attempts to get past me. This is where we keep the key to the Pillar of Sulk, and you're not getting anywhere near it. The water's just right now. One of you little rotters grab the loofah and start scrubbing. What are you doing interrupting my bath time? And who are you? I know the face of every downtrodden wretch in this dead-end town, and yours is a new one to me. The whole island has been sealed off from the rest of the world and plunged into darkness. If you've made it here, you're no ordinary traveler as well. However you manage to worm your way in, you're going to regret it. I'm going to make... damn and blast, the water's gone cold. No one spoils my bath time. You're in for it now. Mr. Mustafa. missed! No, Maribeth! Excuse you, Ahmad. Woof! How could I have been beaten by mere humans? But this doesn't change anything as long as Soul is in this town will be steeped in darkness and misery. Ruff, ruff, ruff. It's okay, I forgive you. No, this can't be happening, Mr. Mustafa, he's gone. Retreat! Every pig for himself! Every self for his pig! I just saw those wretched little monsters flying away. It looks like they were in an awful hurry. You wouldn't happen to have had anything to do with their hasty exit, would you? Yes. Well, I don't know how to thank you. It's been so long since I've been in my own house, I was beginning to think I'd never be able to come back. Oh, I feel like I'm dreaming. He's just rolling with it. It's been so long. Oh, I must be dreaming. Did you hear that? That was Sulk! I know it was. What's gonna happen now? Haven't we suffered enough? This is so not cool! Oh, boss. Look at me, I'm shaking like a leaf! See that Mustafa's food just flew off towards the pillar of salt. What's going on? What? Seriously tell me you took out the boss? No way! Oh, I've got a bad feeling those monsters have gone to get Silk, which means we're gonna be in a whole new world of pig. Thanks a bunch. Yeah, no problem. Now I'm gonna take care of their boss too. Easy. A natural born quiller. It's a play on words for like natural born killer. Get it? Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to go back and switch Mirabelle to Sage. Simply because I need her abilities that she currently doesn't have, like Insolotl. Unless Sir Maven knows it. Or we could just wing it. I like winging it. A bottlenose buckler. I don't know what that is. Unfortunately... Oh, it's a shield! Unfortunately, what we're fighting uses fire and ice. And reducing damage from those is significantly better. Whoops. I made the controller stop being connected to the internet. So you thought you just trod in here uninvited, did ya? Well, you can't value your lies much. Oh, maybe you're just arrogant swine. Well, I'm afraid your little day out with the Pillar of Sulk ends here, squee. If you had to be an aminal, what kind of aminal would you be? Funnily enough, I didn't realize that today was the exact end of the Steam sale, so I ended up not getting anything on the Steam sale. Oh well. It happens. To me. An oligarchoteryx. Wham! Oh, excuse me. Whee! We be oh so loud today. My watch needs to be charged. So if you're curious, again, why Maribel is a jester when she was an overly powerful sage just Friday, it's because of the end goal class I have for her. So I need her to be a sage and a luminary in order to become a dryad. Druid. Really, but... And of course, to be a luminary, she has to master the jester, the troubadour, and the dancer. And she's already mastered the troubadour and dancer. So she just needs to master the jester. Well, that is one ugly mother. Oh, what's going on with him? I've never seen him this worked up before. He's like a spoiled child. Maybe it's because Mustafa isn't around anymore to keep him under control. No, this isn't good. If he goes on the rampage, he'll torture everything on the island, including us. We're not safe here. I'll squeak! It's you! So you managed to make it to the top of the Pillar of Soul, did you? Oh, great. As if we didn't have enough to be worrying about. Look, we'll just have to worry about our difficult dragon later. Right now, we've got do-gooders to skewer. Spree! Well, if you're gonna be like that, let's all go down together. So, come on, so do your worst. No one's gonna stop you getting in a big moody today. Come on, misery guts. Get all those years of pain and frustration and being misunderstood out of your system. Go wild, Scricky. It's like that one character from Dragon Ball before he got changed. You know who I'm talking about. What's his name? Mr. Poe? Mr. Popo! That guy. Yeah, they made him purple. They did the same with Jinx from Pokemon. Only in the American release, of course. The dark dragon Sulk is defeated. The darkness covering the land begins to lift and the sky grows bright and beautiful. Very true. Oh, Maribel, please finish. Being a jester. She just need to take care of a couple of natural-born Quillers, you know, no big deal. I swear, I'm gonna, like, leave and go check to see how many more, and it'll be like, oh, she only needs, like, one more kill, and it's just like, ugh. Oh, good, the enemies are stunned. Perfect. Though, to be honest, I really need to just give her her sage out, her class back, but whatever. Do. Whoa, look at the sky, it's all like blue! Oh, this is awesome. The sun's shining in my eyes and I've got tears running down my cheeks. Maybe life is sweet after all. Oh, look at the sun blazing down. I'm not sure it's good for my eyes or my complexion, but I can't stop staring up at it. Haha, it feels so warm on my face. I've forgotten what it was all like. Best day ever! The light's back, the darkness is gone. What's not to like? This must mean Sulk was defeated, but who'd have been tough enough to do that? Yeah. I wonder who. The town of Not Again. You know, I really can't thank you enough for helping me get my house back, but one of those monsters is still hanging around, isn't it? I'm talking about that rock bomb downstairs. I don't mind the little guy, though. He makes a bit of a racket sometimes, and I think he may have exploded once or twice, but what's life without a little excitement? Oh ho ho! You did it, didn't ya? You really did it. I had a feeling you had it in you to shake things up, but I never thought you'd go as far as walloping all misery guts and lifting the darkness. I had a funny looking lot like you end up so bleeding rock hard anyway. I don't reckon you're even human. But, well, thank you for selling me items, sir. Ah, how long has it been behind my lovely counter? Welcome to the Grimporium. Wait a second. What am I saying? This is my shop. Mervin doesn't need it right now. Ruff does. Ruff needs a good bump. He doesn't need to dodge any more hits anymore. Anymore. So what the priest told us was really true. You really had to save us. He said the town's future, no, the whole world's future rested on your shoulders. Thank you. Hey, you did a bad thing. You know, you committed a terrible sin. With Mustafa out of the way, I was planning on taking control of this town, you see, but then you had to go and defeat Sulk, didn't ya? That wasn't part of the plan at all. You spoiled things for me, so I think it's only fair I spoil things for you. Prepare to meet your precious almighty. You really think you can do it, sir? Yeah, he couldn't. What, no clever witty response back, sir? Ah, I really wish the game just told you how many they were away from. It's not like it's hidden in the game. They are static numbers. I hate I have to go to all trades every single time. I could just keep track, but I won't. It makes planning easier, but whatever. Thank you, Maribel. Maribel became a jester at the exact same time that Mervin became a middleweight gladiator, and he still got so far up there. Oh well. Again, I still... Ugh, I hate navigating so far. Oh well. I'll trade Abby, please. My cat wants in. You know this is the cost for coming in. You gotta say hi to everyone. Yup. He just wants like 2 bites of food and then he's gonna want to leave again. Yes, we want to be a luminary. Nope, nobody else wants to do anything. Thank you very much. Yes, Maribel, you've told us this many times. Wonder what Mervyn says here. Oh, Trades Happy has been a part of this world since before my day. Oh. Well, glad to know that you also know what it is, Mervyn. He is cute and adorable. Oh, damn. Thanks for letting me know this, Twitch. Twitch has now increased subs as of today. New and existing are now redeeming at $5.99. Well, thanks, Twitch, for increasing prices when you really didn't need to. I also never check my Twitch notifications. Ah, a Drake slime heart. Do you need help getting in there, bub? No? You got it? Nope, yep. He has managed to worm his way back into the backpack. He loves sleeping in his backpack. Well, in my Super Mario backpack. The little turtle. Well, that's a deep, dark hole. Well, let's see how well Not Again is doing in the present after we save them from Sulk. I mean, it must be doing pretty good, seeing as, you know, there was another house or something built here. Monster Meadows. Oh. Hello there. If you're trying to travel from enclosure to enclosure, then you come to the right place. Simply tell me where you'd like to go, and I'll whisk you there in an instant. Building you see here is what's called a beast barn. You only keep one of each species of monsters outside, but a barn can hold as many members as you care to cram in there. Huh. Something over there. Aha! If it isn't my favorite friend befriending friends! Thank you for all your hard work thus far. Now once I snag that, we don't have anywhere for the monsters you've sent here to live. Now honestly, I don't have the first idea how one goes about building a monster enclosure. Would it be too much hope that we might find plans for one lying around somewhere? Shall tell my assistant that you are to be admitted whenever you like, so you can visit any monsters you have seen fit to send our way. Ah, my dream of building it, it's becoming a reality. Busy. Monster enclosure plans, oh, this is simply marvelous. With these, we'll be able to begin constructions. I know that. I'm gonna send Canthony, who's gonna be accompanied by an Unexpected and a Grimoire. Nice! We're so good at this game. The unique treasure-filled cave. I will be taking it. No, I don't want to share it with anyone. I'm surprised that goes so fast and not like a, oh, it takes time. I mean, that's the exact same one we already had, so it must be based upon who's in your party, who leads the party. I don't know. I don't know anything about these things, so. Alright, let's GTF Theo. Huh, what happened to not again? We definitely saved the town, didn't we? What the heck is going on? This isn't right. This isn't right at all. What's going on here? How could this have happened? We saved the town! Did you, though? Did you really? Hey, you can't just go barging into people's homes uninvited. What's that? You asked me why I live here? Well, why shouldn't I? It's not a bad place. All told, it's quiet. There's no neighbors to bother you. Okay, this doesn't get much sun. It's got a bad case of rising damp, but you can't have everything. Oh. Well, if you've got a mystery, well, let's head back to Not Again and figure out what's happening again. Of course, we want to get a free heal, because, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's free. It's just too useful to have Ruff as a sailor to make him literally anything else in the game. Alright. Let's see what the heck happened. Who screwed up Not Again? Good job, Maribel. Oh no! Vines! Aye! Help! I can't breathe! That poor man, he got dragged down. You know, for a second I thought that she used the move Weed Whacker. Shoo! Shoo! Get out of here! Oh, thanks. I thought it was a god there. That blessed thing just doesn't know when to die, does it? But don't worry about me anymore. There are others who need saving. Die! There's no response. He's just a corpse. Get back. Forget about me. Goodbye, cruel world! You've returned. Just look at the terrible fate that has befallen us. We all thought the malign vine was no more, but we were wrong. So wrong place. You have to help the priest. Nah. It's a headstone. Drama student. Yeah, she is. Power of the Almighty compels you, be gone! I don't think the Almighty can compel anything when he's dead. Well, sealed away. Same thing. Actually, let's see if any other town villagers need help. Someone, please, take it out before I give up on my life. Okay. Got it. I would love it if I could just tell Maribel to utilize the Staff of Salvation more, but I can't. I mean, I could take direct control of her, but... I knew getting out of bed was a bad idea. That thing's still alive. There's no hope for us. This town's finished now. The stupid sun's out. The vine's got all the energy it could ever need. What's the point? Oh, okay. Come on, there it is. Da 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 da. Ugh. 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 It was a bit too close for comfort. Those things are everywhere. Ah, just when things were back on track, we're stuck. But yet more bad luck. This town's cursed. Well, maybe you shouldn't name your town Not Again. Thank you. I finally thought it was cards for me. Could I take a nap, sir? No? Okay. No. Well, those wriggly things are all the roots, right? That means we need to find where they're coming from. All is clear. We must locate the heart of the beast and deal a fatal blow. That means I can't blimey, that's a big old beastie. Is anyone there coming down with the ding? Ba-da-da-bum. Crikey, am I ever glad you decided to show up. What's that? You realize you must be in trouble and came back? Oh, we really owe you one now. We ain't never gonna be able to repay all the favors you've done this unlucky little town. Is he alright? Is my husband alright? Yes, oh, thank goodness for that. Anything were to happen down there, I just don't know what I'd do. Your husband is a coward! Help me, someone, it's crushing me! It's close, I know it. There have never been so many roots before. That means the malign vine must be close. Could it be here? Could it be somewhere in this town? Maybe. Oh, I can't believe this is happening to me again! I really must be the single most unlucky man in the entire universe. Yeah, probably. I think there's another cat at my door. Krobus, you don't want to pay the Twitch tax? He doesn't want to pay the Twitch tax. He just ran away. He's like, never! You can't show me on the internet without my express permission. I'm like, yes, I can. Yeah. Rockbomb maintains a stony silence. It's all over, we're done for, I tell you, those writhing green devils have the house surrounded. Sorry, Rocky, old pal, I think this is the end of the road. Oh, hello, what? Rocky? Oh, yes, I decided to keep him in the end. He's quite nice when you get to know him. No, we're not even safe up here. Rocky, what do you think you're doing? Rocky, here, boy, stay away from them. Rocky! No! Rocky, what have you done? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to sacrifice yourself like that. Rocky! Rest in Rocky pieces. Why, Rocky, why? The last time the malign vine attacked it was from the top of the hill outside of town. And when I went to check a little earlier, I found nothing there. Must be hiding somewhere underground, setting its roots up to attack us. If we don't find that damn thing soon, it's all over for the people of Nottingham. I mean, it's free real estate, so might as well do all the fighting, right? Got a fly-by-night. That's a monster design I haven't seen outside of VII. The fly-by-night. It's like an advanced shadow. Boom. Balloon. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with Mervyn after this. Defend. attack. Use on you. Okay. This game. A vial. Oops. Oh, well. I'm used to just mashing. Good job, Mr. Mervin. I still want to do a lot of fighting simply to get everyone moving on their paths. Actually, I think, technically, Crow should be able to, do Hero after this. I think. Nice. Vacuum Vortex is so freaking powerful. You know what? I need to switch up this order. Crow, Mervin, Ruff. If you think about it, that order makes the most sense. Because you want the weakest defensively in the very back. Defensive includes also a calculation of their HP. Mervin has the most HP, but doesn't have the most defense. Crow has the most defense. And second most HP. He's also the main character, so. I was like, where am I? What year is it? Only 2 people are slightly injured. Okay, he's a bit more than slightly, but whatever. The Malign Vine, who's actually Rose Vine. Or at least that's the monster design for Rose Vine, is the Malign Vine. Okay. This is an all hands on deck. I don't think Tingle will help me. Oh, good. Uh-oh. Everyone's fizzle got sizzled! And that Malign Vine got resigned. Nice. Has withered and thithered and died. Looks like no amount of watering will bring it back now. Good. Don't worry, guys. We have 100% rescued and saved. Not again. There you are. You have done so much for us. I want to thank you for everything, but I'm not even sure where to start. I see you. All trace of evil and ill fortune has finally been wiped from this unlucky place. Only peace and prosperity await us now. I'm sure of it. You think the Malign Vine is really dead? I mean, really dead. You really think so? Oh, that's a shame. That means I'll never get the chance to do battle with it again. Oh well. So horrible. Just look at all these holes. Everyone tells the tales of a life lost. Well, so as the survivors, just to be grateful that we're still here. You know, I was feeling those weird tremors for a few days before the attack. Now that I think about it, it must have been the Malign Vine's roots wiggling their way through the ground. Ugh, gross. What did you say? You took down the Malign Vine? Well, if that's true, then maybe everything's going to be alright after all. Ever since the darkness was lifted, I've been having these horrible nightmares about the town being destroyed. You see, it's been the absolute worst. When the Malign Vine came back, I thought it was my dream coming true, and like, the world just being as horrible as it always is. Maybe if what you're saying is true, maybe we're okay. Maybe we can finally start to see peacefully again. Well, you came up trumps yet again, hey? There ain't no flies on you, that's for sure. First you wallop Sulk, and then as if that weren't enough, you went and uprooted that horrible old malign vine. Tell you what, if the world ever needs saving, I know who to call. Sorry, got carried away there for a sec. My dear wife was swallowed up by that wretched thing. Now I'm just waiting for her to come back so I can join her in death. What's that? You defeated the malign vine? You mean I'm wasting my time here? And not again is safe at last? Darling, I'll be just a little longer, okay? I'm gonna stick around here for a while longer. I hope you don't mind. Well, that's like some of the few very blatant times that this game shows you people die. You just missed the most amazing thing. I was relieving myself on one of these vine roots when it finally started twitching, and then it disappeared back underground. If I'd known all it needed was to beat him, I would have weed on one a long time ago. Yes, sir, I don't think it was your piss. There you go, that's great. You're a natural, you jump higher every time. Oh, hello. Look at this little fellow. I found him on one of the roots you defeated. Must have been sleeping underground when the root went past and bitten it out of annoyance. It would have dragged him all the way here, poor thing. Never seen a creature like him. Isn't he adorable? I've decided to call him Wiggles. Wiggles, is it my imagination? Are you just a little bit bigger than you were a minute ago? No, what am I saying? That can't be true. Well, we've saved not again. Again. So that means the future has been saved and secured and everything is fine, hunky-dandy-dory, right? Oof. Oops. Alright, now we can go to not again. And it's definitely there, right? It is not here. Now what the heck happened? Whoa, what the heck's going on? This isn't right. This isn't right at all. Something weird's going on. How could this have happened again? We beat that horrible vine thingy, didn't we? What more could we have done? We need to get back to not again, right now. But first, a well-deserved nap. You know? If you haven't figured it out by my jokes, this land's called Not Again because you have to save it. Not just once, not just twice, but thrice. Thus leaving you to say, not again. Exactly. It's exactly how you should say it. Oh, hello! Back to rescue us from yet another crisis, I take it? Yes, well, you better roll up your sleeves and deal with that blessed monster before it's too late. Old buddy who lives in that big house at the top has a pet insect that's been growing at an alarming rate. Folks in town are getting pretty antsy about it, and can you blame them? What kind of person keeps a pet monster anyway? Well, I mean, I'd keep a pet monster if I could. I mean, I kinda do, if you've seen the amount of blood he's made me spill. Well, if it ain't me favorite heroes back for a visit, eh? If you're in town looking for good old-fashioned rumble, you're gonna be disappointed. Well, there's that weird wormy thing, I suppose, but I don't think it's dangerous or anything. Oh, okay. Can I buy shit from you, you fucker? Apparently not. No. I'm just like, fuck off. You seen that thing that Buddy Fellow refers to as his pet? Oh, hello, there's the heroes who saved the town. Gosh, you know, I just a second realized I've never told you my name. I'm Buddy! And over there's my delightful pet, Wiggles. I think the poor critter was clinging to one of those horrible vine roots when I found him. It was so tiny and vulnerable, they grow up so fast and so big. Well, that's what plenty of love and attention does for you. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What's the matter? You look troubled. Listen, I understand how the others feel, I really do, but they just have to get used to this little fellow. They'll soon realize he's a complete sweetheart. Besides, I'm far too attached to him to even think of getting rid of him. He completes me. Come on, Wiggles, din din. You see, he's so clever. He understands everything I say to him. Eek! He's just so adorable. Oh, we didn't expect to find you here. Well, no problem. You're more than welcome to join the discussion. What's all this about? You just can't march into people's homes unannounced, you know? Listen, buddy, we're here on behalf of everyone in town. This is kind of hard to say, but it's about that worm of yours. You have to deal with it. Deal with it? What's that supposed to mean? Look, you know how much the thing means to you, so we're not expecting you to throw it off a bridge or anything, but I'm also like, this is no place in town. Everyone's terrified of it. Can you take it on a long hike into the mountains and leave it there or something? No one wants it here. I'm sorry. I've only got two things to say to you. Wiggles is not a monster, and he's staying right here. Why have you got to be like that? This isn't, like, just our opinions. Everyone in town is grossed out by that thing. Wiggles lives here with me in my house. He's not causing any trouble to anyone in town. Not now, but how can you guarantee he won't? How can you guarantee he won't get out of your house and go on a rampage? A rampage? Ridiculous! Wiggles wouldn't know the meaning of the word. He's the sweetest, most kind-hearted worm in the world, and he's clever too. Sweet, kind, clever. It's a worm! A worm, damn you! Eek! Eek, eek, eek! It's gone berserk, help! I just knew it was a vicious killer. Wait till everyone hears about this. You literally attacked his owner. Wiggles, you were defending me, weren't you, boy? I'm grateful, I really am, but I think you may have landed us in some rather hot water. I've got the wrong end of the stick about you, and this will only confirm their worst suspicions. Well, I suppose we have no choice now but to wait and see how this pans out. People in town are baying for blood. I have not seen them like this before. Hope no one does anything rash. Violence never solved anything, as the Almighty has taught us. Oh, this is very troubling indeed. All these people have suffered at the hands of monsters. 'Tis only natural that they should have fear having one in their midst, and we must refrain from judging them too harshly. But never some people marching into someone's house making outrageous demands. I can understand why they want the worm gone. Wiggles creeps me out too, but still. The behavior is more disgusting than anything Wiggles has done. Do you see their faces? They look so angry and worried about what's gonna happen. I'm telling you, that thing is making a fool of Buddy, acting like it's its pet or something. But now we know the truth. Noggin is facing its greatest threat yet. I knew that monster was no good. I could just tell we can't be forced to live in fear. It's unacceptable. We've been through too much already. Just asking Buddy to take it out of town, leave it. It's too good for it. We need to deal with it once and for all. Telling you, we were lucky to escape with our lives. That thing was set to gobble us up. There's no mistaking it. It's a man-eating mad thing, indeed. You saw it too, right, Crow? That thing, like, totally showed its true colors. What's that? We got it all wrong? Just a misunderstanding? Nope, sorry. I'm not buying it. It totally attacked us. If Buddy's not gonna get rid of that murderous creature, we've got no choice but to take matters into our own hands. Only wanted to use force as a last resort, but that but the well-being of the people of this town comes before everything else. Once we've got rid of it, I'm sure Buddy will see some sense. But who's going to do the deed? It's a vicious killing machine. Only a hardened warrior could possibly stand a chance against it now. Who do we know that fits the description? I don't suppose we could ask you to take care of this little job for us, could we? You dealt with that dastardly dragon and the malign vine. This should be a doodle in comparison. Had so much bad luck already. You can't have us go through. Come on, will you help us out one more time? No. That's okay. Maybe we were asking too much. Alright, you've made your decision. This is our problem. We'll just have to deal with it ourselves. It shouldn't be beyond the collective powers of the town people to take care of a single monster, no matter how ferocious it might be. I'm not sure I like the way things are going. Maybe we should have a word with Buddy. What's this? What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost. What? They're planning on killing my Wiggles? This is outrageous. I mean, I knew they weren't keen on him, but I never thought they'd go that far. I have to do something, but what? My poor Wiggles is in grave danger. I don't have any choice. I'm gonna have to take him out to the mountain and leave him like they asked me to do before. They get rid of him before they hurt him. I'm sure they won't go so as far as to hunt him down. The thought of living without my Wiggles pains me terribly, but if that's the price I have to pay to make sure he lives, then so be it. It's the only way. All right, my mind's made up, but I'm gonna need your help. Will you help me? Of course. Thanks so much. Together, we can make sure that Wiggles survives this ordeal now. There's a lot to do before we depart. By the way, this is the correct choice. You can choose to fight and kill Wiggles. Wiggles becomes a very difficult boss fight. It's a boss fight that isn't even included in your big book of monsters. Thanks so much for your help. Who'd have thought our little excursion requires so much preparation? Look at the time. Well, it's probably for the best. If we're going to spirit Wiggles out of town, it's safest to do it under the cover of darkness. Now, shall we hit the road? We need to get going before the townsfolk pay me another visit. I think we'd head for the big hill outside town. It's not too far. Don't want to draw too much attention, so I'll leave fast. Well, we managed to sneak out of town without anyone noticing. That's something. Wiggles, it's time for you to make your own way in the world, but don't worry. I brought some things to help you on your way. There's a big bag of your favorite snacks and some toys I know you love. And if you ever hurt yourself, you can use these medicinal herbs and... Oh, just listen to me! Wiggles is clever, but he's not that clever. What are you doing, giving medicinal herbs to worms? Silly old fool. Wiggles, I'm sorry it had to end like this, but I think it's for the best. Trust me. It was my choice we'd be together forever. But it's too dangerous. If you stay with me, they're going to come for you. There's nothing surer. Well, old pal, I suppose this is goodbye. I just hope you can forgive me and humanity. Well, we better get going back. There's no sense in dragging this out any longer. Oh, parting is such sweet sorrow. Eek. I'm sorry, Wiggles, but you can't come with us. Stay here, boy, please. I'm begging you. We can't be together anymore. The world won't allow it. I'm sorry. Eek. The story of an abandoned pet. I'm grateful for your help. Wiggles will be safe now. At least I know where he is. When all the fuss is died down, maybe I'll go out there and check on him. Aye. Did you hear that scream? What's going on? It's a worm invasion! Scrack! Worm of woe! Damn it! What are these things? Wiggles is to blame for all of this, I'm sure of it. I knew it all along. That thing's no pet. Just wormed its way into Buddy's affection so it could destroy this luckless town once and for all. If only we'd done something about it sooner. Now it's too late. Oh, Buddy, help me stay away, you horrid thing! Well, that's kind of rude, don't you think? I heard screams and shouts and came out to investigate, only to find the town has been overrun by these missing semi-crow. What in heaven's name are they? Little squirmy things. Scrack! Get that thing away from my husband! Whoa, that thing seriously means business. Yeah, it does. That's okay. That's why I'm here. Help get your husband away from that monster. AKA you! No, I'm just kidding. So much poison! No, it's a monster and everything, but why does it have to go attacking people when they're asleep? Thing isn't related to that gross Better Buddies. I'll give you all my pocket money. Not that it's much. Should have dealt with that whole thing sooner, but other things got way too much out of hand. All those nightmares I had by the time to get destroyed, they're all coming true. That is like the worst thing ever! Guys, just getting a lot of pocket money. Scrack! Why did you use Undead Undoer? That's not an undead enemy, you fuck. Help me out, ties about there. I was leaving myself in this general direction wasn't going to do the trick this time. Did you just try to piss on the worm? Oh, thank you. That was too close for comfort. How many times have you saved my life now? I've lost track. Well, looks like the rest of the town needs saving too. You know what to do. I saw it crawling out of the hole in the floor. I've been using the holes up behind by the malign vine's roots to move around. Well, go help Buddy when I say it's time to go help Buddy. Oh, thank you. You saved my life. Where are all those things? Where did they come from? Oh, bet Buddy's wretched pet is behind this. Must have called on his friends. Yes, Mr. Mervyn, I know what you said. Think you can take me, do ya? Ah. Poison again. Oh, am I ever glad that you shot him? What the hell would that thing look like that? Buddies. Nah. Only one more house to deal with after this. Eek! Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were one of those wretched worms. Yes, Mervyn. Oh, my dear, seems I will be joining you in heaven sooner than expected. No, old man, you're not. Ooh, so much poison. You got in and didn't time, I really thought it was gone now. Sleeping silently in bed when all of a sudden I heard that thing coming up through the hole in the floor. Of course, that explains all the strange subterranean rumblings I've been hearing lately. Hold on. No, damn well, there's one here. No, there's not. What in heaven's name's going out there? It's the middle of the night. What? Some monsters attacked the town? This is terrible. Yeah, of course it is. It'd be weird if it wasn't. Yes, Mervyn. But I need to check the well. Disappointed, but also not surprised that there was none in there. What do you want, little friend? Crow, I may be in a sticky spot here. The worms of woe! There's no boss in this one, thankfully. We've already fought 3 bosses. In one town. That was a little too close for comfort. By the way, do you have any idea what that thing was? What? I think Wiggles somehow told his monster friends to come here? What nonsense! Wiggles is an adorable, big-hearted, loving creature. He has absolutely nothing to do with these vile things. I think we might be in trouble here. Come on, let's get to town. So what are we gonna do? We're surrounded! Eek, eek! Wiggles, what are you doing here? The town's in danger. Get out of here. You can't afford to get yourself killed. Eek, eek! Wiggles, look out! Scream! Skrrr! Eek, eek, eek! Wiggles, you saved us. Thank you, Wiggles. I didn't know you had it in you. Wiggles, what's the matter? Wiggles, no! Thanks to Wiggles' heroic intervention, Not Again is saved from the worms of woe. Townspeople are overjoyed and realized they were mistaken about Wiggles. And then morning comes. So because they decided to attack him, well, yeah. So everything worked out for the best, I suppose. No one was killed. You came through for the people of Not Again, again. And so did Wiggles. Oh, that's twice I've been saved by a monster now. First Rocky, and now Wiggles. I can't help wondering if there was something I could have done to save them both. If only there was somewhere safe I could have sent them. Somewhere people couldn't hurt them. No, I promised myself I wouldn't start blubbing. It's just so hard. Be grateful if you'd visit Wiggles' grave and pay your respect. He'll rest easier knowing he hasn't been forgotten. Here lies my friend Wiggles, a little worm with a big heart. I know what you're going to say. I was wrong about Wiggles, okay? He saved our town. He saved all of us, but I still don't think anything we did was wrong. We were just thinking about the good of the town, that's all. I've realized how important it is to keep one's ear to the ground. Whether it's those horrible worms getting about or the malign vines, trouble always seems to come from below. I mean, honestly, true for these guys. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw Wiggles take on those monsters and win. And after all the horrible things I said, I owe Buddy an apology, but it would probably seem like it's a little too late for it now, wouldn't it? Damage has been done. I'm so ashamed of myself. Welcome to the weapon shop! Well, finally! Love to wear the hate mail, but I would hate to get cursed! I just know what I'm gonna say to Buddy. To think that Wiggle saved the town after all we said. The way I feel now, I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to look Buddy in the eye again. I know! I'll leave something on Wiggle's grave. If only I knew what the little fellow liked to eat. Any ideas? You knew him better than I did. You all should be ashamed of yourselves! Well, must be like the greatest creepy crawly that ever lived. I heard it fought to the death to protect its masters. All because Buddy was nice to it instead of being all judgy and horrible. I thought it was gross keeping that thing as a pet, but if you hadn't done it, we'd all be dead. I must have finally stopped. I'm not dreaming of the town being destroyed. But be honest with me, do you really think we're safe now? That's such a relief. I mean, they were just stupid dreams, right? Yeah! How is Buddy faring? I'm very concerned for his welfare. There's nothing harder than losing someone you love. Alright, now we can actually explore Not Again again. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, Maud, you got called cheap again. Quick, they're still here. You can attack them. Oh, nope, they're gone. You could almost attack them. Well, that's a weird way to, take that. Perfect response. Welcome to Not Again, although I can't imagine what you're doing here. The only sight worth seeing is the grave of our greatest hero, otherwise it's pretty boring. It's an okay place to live. The old bloke who lives in the north of Yearsko Mountain. He's an odd one, seems to care more about monsters than people. He used to live here in town, but then he decided there weren't enough monsters for his state, so he moved away. There's a weird old man named Monty who lives a little way out of town. He loves monsters and shuns the company of his fellow man. Shunning I can get behind, but monsters? Ugh. I've been studying the legend of Wiggles, and apparently he had 4 sidekicks. Now, what were they called again? Oh, that's right, one of them was called Crow. The other 3, I can't seem to recall their names right now. Oh, we have visitors. I suppose you'll be here to see the grave of our hero, Wiggles. Sometimes I wonder what he was like. I picture someone tall, dark, and devastatingly handsome. Why? Well, because he's a hero, of course. Who ever heard of an ugly hero? I'm sorry. A tall, handsome, mysterious hero by the name of Wiggles? You know what? Sure. Welcome to the greatest shop in the whole wide world. Hope you buy lots of things and spend lots of money. Okay. I'm guessing you know about it already, right? No. What? You mean you don't know the tale of the hero Wiggles who's buried here? Well, it turns out he was my great-great-great-grandfather. Yes, I can't deny I have hero's blood flowing in my veins. I can see you are suitably impressed. I wouldn't listen to a word my dad says if I were you. He likes to talk big, but his stories tend to be a little far-fetched. I mean, Wiggles is meant to have died young, right? I doubt he had time to start a family, not that my dad ever listens to reason. He's also a... worm? This is where the legendary Wiggles is buried. Not the most heroic of names, was it? I don't mean to be rude about such a great man, but I wonder what his parents were thinking. Her rushed off her feet. Lady of the house likes to have her staff work. Is the estranged wife of a really rich man. A hexagon? How dare you stick your tongue out at me, you book! I see the giant bath is still here. All I ever hear is my mates chattering downstairs. If only they could keep their mouths shut and actually do some work for a change. Recently read about some fascinating research being carried off in a far-off kingdom. They're trying to come up with mechanical maids. Well, I, for one, will happily purchase a couple. Apparently, this broken wall dates from the time when the entire town was veiled in darkness. No one was allowed to leave. Boom. How have your Digimoning been going, Ahmad? I know in the past, some of those games have required, like, actual, like, maintenance of monsters and things. Is that still maintained in this one? I don't actually know enough about this game. It has been recommended to me several times. But it's like one of those, I just don't know it. I like the sound of that. You're like, I knew you would. Alright. How long would you say the game takes to complete? Approximately. Oh. Two separate games, or like beat one game, flow into the second game? That sounds more like something that would be better for us to do on stream, even. Nothing will ever beat the puns, the skins, or really anything for the names of monsters in these games. There's just something spectacular about all of them. you know. I love everything about all of it. Gargoyle. I love it. Alright, where do we need to go? The likeness. Had me screaming not again by the end. You know, the usual. I committed so many terrible crimes and hurt so many innocent people. I cannot change the past, but what can I do is travel the world and try to atone for my sins. Yeah. So, such a place truly exists. Alright, bye, Mac. Nah, we love Wiggles. He just had such a terrible, terrible time of it. Listen, you might not believe me, but I know why Professor Wade's so brainy is that he wears. Oh yeah, it's what's called a canny cap. You see, anyone can put one of them on his head and be clever in no time. Brooke told me that. Hands off, human. I'm sorry, I may be a mimic, but I don't actually like confrontation or shutting at people. There's one thing I hate, it's stupid humans getting the wrong end of the stick and trying to open me up to look for treasure. Eh? Can't believe my ears down full of nothing but formal monsters. You say that sounds like the perfect place. Alright. To the Haven. Nope, that's Axel. We need to find Mick-Mac Paddywhack. Okay, they're living in a house or something. Oh, of course you'd be here. Good day to you, friends. Heights of Machismo. I doubt he'd be inside of this house, but you are in this one. Hands up, you! Oh, it's you. I gotta say, I like this town. Booby trap bluff. Nice. Little boy wants to become an adventurer. At some point, I'm gonna have to go through and grind through all of my tablets. I'm just lazy. Not evac. Zoom to Pilchard Bay. Oh God, damn it! Ugh. Which one are we doing next? Providence. All right. Nothing like mashing B and getting ... dots from your companions. What, you got nothing to say about my room, sir? What's that? Man, I shouldn't spend too much time right here because we're just gonna grind until a certain somebody's ready. Let's see, green. They've got gross boogers coming out of their eyes. Let's see. Nothing too interesting coming up in our shops. Come here, ya porky pig. Hocus porcus. Whopper hopper. Six, and then double sevens. Cheeky devils! I swear, Sir Mervin's gonna like hit his last one, and then I'm gonna check to see how many more crows got, and we're gonna be like, oh, you have like 2, and I'm gonna be like, God dang it! Thankfully, Providence is not that long, so... I mean, there's a handful of required fights. Of course. Damn it, whatever. I'm just gonna go forward. Deal with it. A small bridge near Providence. Excuse me, what are you doing? Are you playing hide and seek or something? Hello. Shh, keep it down if you find us. We're down for... Not from around here, are you? So when you there are terrible things afoot back in the village. No, set it off. No wish to burden strangers with what's been going on. All I can say is like, you're not safe here. Leave us to our fate. Get out of here while you still can. Oh, okay. A nut of strength. It's what you call a strong nut. Anyway. Now to Providence. Oi, where you think you're going, oi? Did the rockers send you? No. Wait, don't be too hasty. Look closely. These are no rockers. Friends, we are not but weary travelers passing through your lands. We have but recently arrived and are sadly ignorant of the details of your no doubt fascinating realm. Who, pray tell, are they? Well, I'll believe you for now, but the goddess strike you down if you're lying. The rockers are a horrible, warlike bunch who live in a kingdom south of here. I say south. Sail south and you'll get there is what I mean. Anyway, lately they've been trying to invade our peaceful goddess-faring little homeland, which is why we're sending Guardia. What would a big, important-sounding empire want with a piddly little village like yours? You got some kind of amazing treasure hidden away here or something? Oh, the heck did you? If I was you, I wouldn't ask so many questions. You might not want to know the answers. Anyway, you can come in, just make no trouble. We ain't too fond of troublemakers here in Providence. Like I say, we're just simple goddess-fearing folk. Okay. I like how they have to ask us if we want to use our thief's key. Of course I want to use it. Why do you think I'm trying to open up this good stuff? No one brave enough to take a journey in these troubled times must have some purpose. Goddess give him purpose. Heave-ho! Ah, seems we have visitors. Well, if you wish to rest, my good wife and I run the little over in. Okay. Nothing in here. gonna have to come in through your back door, aren't I, lady? Oh. Lame! Goddess help us, it seems our plight grows worse by the day. Never before were the village gates guarded. Oh, what is to become of us? Village elder asked my father to scout the area around Providence and see how things were looking. I don't know precisely where he went or what he was meant to be looking for. All I know is that he has not yet returned. What? Bad, description of where this house was. This morning, all the villagers, great and good, were summoned by the elder for an important meeting. My dear husband wasn't invited. He's a good man, but I suppose the goddess has other plans for him. There's something strange about my horse has been in a restless mood since this morning. What is the girl? What's the matter? There's no need to be afraid. Nothing can harm you here. The goddess is here. Some days ago, a messenger came from the Ruckers and requested an audience with the village elder Abraham. As I understand it, the messenger gave him a letter. I'm afraid I have no idea what it said, for it has not fit share its contents with us yet. All in goddess time. So a few years ago, it's not unusual for monsters to run roughshod through the village, but ever since that priest arrived with the sacred statue of the all-giving goddess, the fiends have not dared to come close, since we are free to work the soil in peace. The glorious golden statue of our beloved goddess watches over our village and keeps the monsters at bay, drains them of their powers, you see. If they are exposed to it for long enough, it kills them outright. For us, the statue is a blessing, but for the monster's souls, it is a curse beyond all reckoning. Ha ha! Odin statue of the goddess that resides in our church has curious powers and is coveted by our enemies. This means that it's not merely monsters we must contend with, but also the nefarious designs of our fellow man. This is the house of the village elder. His name's Abraham. Oh, the important folk in the village just had a meeting with Abraham. Sounds like it degenerated into a shouting match between him and his son Caleb. They were saying something about being out of time and an impending attack. Is there going to be a war? Oh no! Our village elder Abraham is headed up to the church with his boy Caleb. What's that? Where is it? It's at the top of the mountain. Please, I must confess to someone. I overheard something I should not have. It was our elder Abraham. He was reading a letter from the Ruckers. The words burned in my breast, and I must share them with someone. Thank you. I did not hear every single word, but it was something like this. Gold statue has no place in your pitiful little hamlet. It belongs in a great and glorious empire. Our great and glorious empire. So you've got two choices. Give up the statue, or we raise Providence to the ground. It's truly terrifying, is it not? Goddess, please guide us. What can we do? Fay Pont! To threaten the mink in this way is unpardonable. The Ruckers must pay for their wanton belligerence. Looks like the villagers are right to be so jumpy. Who would have thought we'd run into naturally occurring grimoires? Ah, perfect. Ugh, excuse me. Good job, Sir Merv. Distracted for like 2 seconds and get attacked by 3 groups of enemies. Heckin' rude. Then west. Northwest corner. Ba-da-da. Northeast corner. Alright, Sir Mervyn has completed that roll. I'm just gonna have to wait then until we leave here. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh my god, it was a trap! Who could have suspected that? Me. Alright, after the northeast, take the stairs east. Got it. This is Obnoxious Mountain, by the way. Have you ever listened to the wind in the trees? Really listen? I mean, it's really, really annoying. Every morning I come up from the village and find the grass around the church covered in dead leaves. So now I'm sweeping them up, and then the next morning there are piles of these accursed things. But if I'm totally honest with you, it's not just dead leaves that brings me up here. I'm also drawn by the goodness and righteousness of our priest. No one has any idea where he came from, not even him. But all I know is that he's one in a million. You gotta learn more about a priest before you say yes. I have to warn you, I'm not known as a man of a few words. I was rather hoping you'd say that now. Our tale begins 3 years ago. One day, a mysterious castaway was washed up on the shore to the east of the That was the priest, right? Now, young lady, there's a time to speak and a time to be quiet and listen! Just let the story unfold in its own sweet time. Now, where was it? Ah, yes. Seeing this fellow had a terrible time of it. He had completely lost his memory. All he knew was that he had once been a priest. And he carried with him one solitary possession. Gripped tightly in his arms was I bet it was that golden statue of the goddess, wasn't it? Young lady, would you insist? Why do you insist on butting in? Can't you just be quiet and let me tell a story? Good job, Maribel. You pissed them off. That's Maribel for ya. Who else but Maribel? After our last priest passed away, Providence was without a servant of God for many years, and one day one came to us from out of the blue. So it is decided I shall seek audience with the Emperor of the Ruckers and attempt to make him see sense. You are wasting your time, Father. What makes you think you will listen to a word you say? I hate to say it, but I wish we had never seen the goddess statue. it wasn't for that accursed thing, we would not be in this mess in the first place. I bring terrible news. Enemies are approaching the bridge. I cannot be sure, but I believe them to be a reckless force. In the name of... So they have come. Curse them! Caleb, what are you doing? What do you mean to do with that statue? I mean to do what needs to be done. Are you with me? Yes, anything to end this. Curse that boy! This will not end well. I know it must sound rather odd, but this day I still have no idea how I came to have the statue in my possession when they found me. If only I could have foreseen that the sacred symbol of our beloved goddess's protection one day sow the seeds of conflict. What are you talking about? How is this your fault? The statue's protected the village for ages, hasn't it? I appreciate your kind words, really I do. Kind-hearted? Tell my mom and dad that. I would like to make a request of you. It's clear that Caleb is acting impulsively. There's no telling what he might do. But I ask that you see that he does not put himself in danger. That statue is replaceable. His life is not. I saw Caleb go racing past like a man possessed. He's going so fast I couldn't be sure, but I could have sworn he was carrying the goddess statue. Where could he be going with that? Oh, you know, he's just dooming you all. No biggie. Hot-headed youth. You know how that goes. Thankfully, you can just evac out. Of course, follow this dog for a free weapon. I have heard the news. The Ruckers have mobilized against us. No doubt they are intending to seize the statue of the goddess, but if they think we'll give it up without a fight, they are in for a surprise now. Speaking of fighting, I see a certain glint in your eyes. Are you taking arms? I thought so. Here! The sword is clearly old, but it has a weight and heft that inspires confidence. That's a platinum sword, and I wouldn't sell it for any price. It's been in the family for generations, but my ancestors would be happy to know that it came to aid. Like, the fact that this is, like, something that not everyone's going to realize they can do, I wish it was a little bit more powerful, but, like, it's completely outweighed by, like, weapons I've been given for free, or found for free, so... Oh well. Goddess, help us! They're coming! Maybe if we give them the touch of the lily without hurting us. Halt! Stop right there! What's that you're carrying? There's what you seek, is it not the goddess statue? What? That's the statue? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This accursed thing will bring nothing but misfortune. What? What do you mean? As long as it exists, foolish men will fight over its possession. Hang on, I'm a bit lost here. Well, no more. It will be the cause of no more conflict. Better that our village fall victim to marauding monsters than the goddess's beloved children fighting among themselves. Good chow! There, it is done. Go back to your emperor and tell him what you have witnessed here. It's over. The statue of the goddess is no more. Now belongs to no one and can do no more harm. Caleb, what have you done? Ha! I'll tell you what you've done. You've done my dirty work for me, that's what. Now we're free to get down to the real reason for our little visit. Tearing this place to the ground. What do you mean? They were monsters all along. They deceived us. Forward attack. There's no fear now. Let's wipe this place off the map. Oh, Providence is in danger. Yeah, you dumb shit. Caleb is about as brilliant as a dim light bulb. Yes, Mr. Mervyn. He's no longer going to be any help in fights. That's okay. No. So now we're going to line up, switch. Oops. You. I'm not gonna grind out the 15 fights. We should theoretically get through all of that just getting to the top of the freaking mountain again. Damn you! Can I not help all of them? I'll see you in hell! I let my guard down. When I was younger, I could have beaten a weakling like that with one hand tied behind my back. He appears to have passed out. Fear not, our friend here will live. He is merely unconscious. These monsters really are the pits. What a loyal doggo. Not letting you go, you're not going anywhere near my wife. I love how they don't even let me fight the monsters in town. They got me good, I'm done for. Honestly, these monsters don't have a shred of decency. What are they trying to achieve by harassing an old lady? The moon ain't what you're waiting for. So you took us for fools, did you? Well, I'll show you. Think we'll just let you walk all over us? Damn you! Squeeze squash! Damn it, my leg! I cannot move. I hate to ask this, but I need you to just lift me. Fortunately, the monsters do not seem to have found the priest yet. It's only a matter of time. You need to go to the church as fast as you can. Tell them to get out of there. Find somewhere safe to hide, please. Look at that cowardly man hiding. While his wife is terrified. And his poor cat is guarding the door. That man's cat's more brave than him. Help! Oh, it's you. I mean, is it over for us, or do we still stand a chance? Goddess, save us all. Wait, that's a point. What about the goddess statue? Shouldn't enough stop this from happening? Well... No, not Daisy! That poor cow did nothing wrong! Screech-scraw! How do you like this, and this, and this? Oh my goodness, there are no monsters. We have made a terrible mistake. I'm so sorry, please forgive me. I heard monsters coming into the shop and I was convinced it was making its way up the stairs. Please accept our most humble of apologies. No, the monster just wants to play shopkeep. Scree-scraw! All your souls will be ours before long, stupid, pitiful humans. Now find the priest, I want to tear him apart myself. Oh, his soul has been stolen. Well, that's unfortunate. Don't eat me, please. Don't eat me. I taste absolutely disgusting. I'm telling you. Okay. I'll take your word for it, lady. Darn it, I tried to sneak by him. Those dang nail blighters. Them blight nails. That's better. Hello, you were in the church before. I apologize for not introducing myself properly. I was just taking a brief rest. I might not be as young as I used to be, you see. It's growing harder and harder to drag these old bones up and down the mountain, but all's the goddess will, I suppose. Sorry, but there's no time to be talking about your rheumatism. Something terrible is happening. That explains what's been going on. By the goddess! I had feared he might take a drastic course of action, but this is... Yet he could not have known that the monsters would stoop so low as to disguise themselves as humans. Something else for it. I must head back down the mountain right away. May our Holy Mother keep me from harm and yourselves. You must continue to the church. Priests may have need of your aid. May the goddess go with you. People are those people I can see running to and fro down the village there? I wonder what in heavens can be going on. Friend, I bear troubling tidings. What? A combined force of monsters and robbers had smashed Caleb in two? And now the statue of the goddess has attacked the village? Oh my, whatever are we going to do? Close enough. You've returned, thank the goddess. Tell me, what happened with the Rucker invaders? What of Caleb? Goddess, no, we have been deceived. The monsters have tricked us into inviting disaster into our home. It's terrible, just terrible. Goddess, have mercy on us all. There is smoke rising from Providence. So it is true, the monsters have attacked. Wait, what is this? I am seeing a vision, smoke, screaming. Monsters rampaging through a village. It all feels so familiar. My head, it feels like it will be split in two. That's it. I remember the village where I used to live was also overrun by monsters. It was destroyed. Now the same fate has followed me here. Reverend Father. Forgive me, Father. I have sinned unforgivably. My foolish pride has placed us all in mortal danger. Please, you must make your escape before it is too late. The monsters will surely be here before long. Make my escape, you say? Yes, I suppose it would be rather dangerous to stay. Such bloodthirsty beasts certainly will not spare any who they find. Very well, but before I go, I must retrieve an important item from the cellar beneath the church. Wonder if I might prevail upon you all to give me your assistance. Yes, of course, but we must hurry. Okay, the item requires a small box not far from the entrance. Do you think you might be able to retrieve it for me? Of course, but then you really must go. There's a large crate that I fear might hinder Caleb's access to the smaller box. Would you mind lending him a hand? Sure, it will not take long. Bah! Really? Lifting crates at a time like this, but I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Craig certainly knows how to get other people to do his dirty work for him. Remind me again, why isn't he doing this himself? Maribel, I beseech thee, this is hardly the time for grumbling and grousing. Those who have dedicated their lives to the service of the goddess are rarely gifted in the art of heavy lifting. Now let's find the box of which you spoke and make a good escape. But where, pray tell, is that large crate of which he spoke? Yeah, this must be the box he spoke of. It was hard to find among all this dust. Wait, Reverend Father! What has come over you? Please, you must open the door. Caleb, my child, you must understand, there is no escape. I remember everything now. I remember how the monsters came and chased me from the village I loved. I fled, but still they came after me. In the end, I threw myself in desperation into the sea. It's only through the grace of the goddess that I survived, and even then my memory was lost. I would not live through such an ordeal again. Now I fear I do not have long left. Please, for my sake, do not try to escape. Wait quietly here until the danger is past. You are still young. You have your whole lives ahead of you. All I ask is that you live them well. Farewell, Caleb. Farewell to all of you. I feel blessed to have known you, though it was only for a short while. May the goddess watch over you. No, please, you cannot do this. He didn't try to save the nuns, just us. This place has been utterly destroyed. I shudder to think what state the village must be, and I fear it may have been wiped entirely off the map. Don't say things like that, Sir Mervyn. It's bad luck. Worried about everyone down in Providence. We need to head back down. Wise counsel of Maribel. It seems the monsters have withdrawn. We must see what further dissolution has been. Good. Dear, it looks like this poor unfortunate soul's been stolen. Well, at least we can save. Even though she's dead. If I'm very not much mistaken, this unfortunate fellow was the groundsman of the church. They must have been caught as he tried to flee. This is horrible. The monsters have torn his soul out and left him for dead. So remember how Not Again was obnoxious because you had to do it 3 times? Welcome to Providence, where you have to climb this fucking mountain 3 times. Exactly. Even though we escaped Not Again does not escape us. For time and time again, we cry out, "Not again!" Abraham's soul. Why, this is the village elder. If only he had not rushed back to the village, he would have been spared this terrible fate. They didn't just steal the village elder's soul. Looks like they got everyone's. Not the horse! Those bastards! I am so sorry. This is all my fault. If I had not destroyed the statue of the goddess, none of this would have happened. Yes, Caleb. If it hadn't been for you, none of this would have happened. There's a scroll decorated with the image of a goddess and a key. Oh, tell me they didn't steal the poor dog's soul too! No! That poor doggo! All is lost, and all because of me. What is this, a scroll? What is this picture here? You say it is in the box I took from beneath the church, along with the key. May I have a closer look? The wounded goddess is healing herself in a spring. Looks like the kind of thing the priest might have used in his rituals of the church. Wait, something is coming back to me. Here you are again, Reverend Father. What is it that you do here at the spring every day? Caleb, my child, how nice to see you. How can I explain? The goddess must be at her best if she is to continue to watch over the village, and though she is powerful beyond all imagining, even our Holy Mother is not always at full strength. Such I bring her every day and bathe her in these sacred waters. Sacred waters, so the spring is imbued with holy magic? Yes. The priest was ditching the statue in the waters of the spring. I remember thinking it was odd at the time, but he's a servant of the goddess. Must have known what he was doing. Spring in the picture can only be the one behind the church. The wooded goddess is bathing in it. Could this mean... No, I'm simply clutching at straws. Ignore me. A part of the goddess statue. Could it really be that? Yes, if the wounded goddess represents the broken statue, the spring is the spring in the cave, then... No, I am simply clutching at straws. Wait, did they harm the cat? Oh, this isn't the cat. My bad. No, they got the cat. Alright, time to climb the mountain anew. Alright, Maribel's on her last one. Boom, boom. So 40 battles is all she needs for the last one. So, the picture of the goddess on that scroll was some kind of message from the priest, and perhaps we should try immersing the broken statue in the healing waters of the spring. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens. Let us wait no longer. But just as Crow goes to place the broken halves of the statue in the spring, I don't think you want to do that. Surprised to see me? Well, that's what you get when you mess with things you shouldn't. Priest was a sneaky old devil, eh? Who would have thought he'd have a nasty little trick like this up his sleeve? But it's not going to work. The statue is staying in 2 pieces, and you're going to join it. Oh. Rip. Where's your precious goddess now? Time for you to learn what happens to people who insist on meddling. Prepare to meet your maker. Bro, give me the pieces of the statue now. Bro, hurriedly hands Caleb the 2 halves of the statue. I understand at last this is what we need to do. Reverend Father, thank you. What is this? My strength! I can feel it draining away. Curse you and your goddess! You won't get away with this. You're supposed to lose, by the way. If you couldn't tell by us getting absolutely bonked. Ha! How could it come to this? But if I'm going to die, I'm taking that accursed statue with me. You're coming with me, little goddess, all the way to hell! Victory's ours, but only just. This stupid creature blew the statue of the goddess to bits. There's no hope of repairing it now. Why do you have to go and do a thing like that? People of Providence are avenged at last. You have my thanks and theirs. If you had not helped me to decipher the priest's message, goddess knows what would have happened. He may have lost his memory, but seems he knew somehow that this day would come. There's no time for celebrations. The people of the village are gone, and it is all my doing. Hark! What is that I hear? A voice. What could it be? The souls of the villages. Goddess be praised, they have returned to us. See, you knew they wouldn't kill dogs and cats and horses. Just people. Feeding that fiend caused its victims' souls to be released. I must return to the village right away. And back down the mountain we go. Da, 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 da. I'm so glad to see you all safe and well. When the monsters attacked our church, I remember running down here desperate to get away, but after that I remembered nothing. Oh, it's fine, sister. Dreadful, we have to ruin those wretched monsters or efforts. What's that? You say the monsters have been defeated and they stole our souls, but now we have them back? Are you serious? Well, now you mention it, I do remember a strange sensation of floating in the air. I looked down on myself. Sir, you are indeed a very weird one. All right. Now we just go as fast as we can. Hero just told me the whole story. Thanks to your efforts, our souls have been returned to us. You are my heroes. Greetings, travelers. My son has just told me of all that happened. Without your help and that of the goddess, may she be praised. It seems Providence would have fallen to those monstrous fiends who saved our village, and all the while I was laying in the mud without a soul. Rather undignified. Bro, those are the worst. Good luck. What's the percent drop rate? Greetings, Grow. I was just explaining everything to my father. You saved us. Without you, it would have been the end for Providence. When I think of the sacrifice our priest made to protect us, well, the grace of the goddess, he is up there looking down on us now. He will watch our village forever. Good goddess, it burns, it burns! Spot where the monster grabbed me, it's bright red. This is if it's on fire, but I must thank our Holy Mother for saving us. Goddess be praised, I have no idea why, but I'm feeling on top of the world. If I were to put my finger on it, I would say it feels as if I died and reborn. Goddess, above my teeth, I'm chattering and vaguely remember being somewhere very, very cold. The monsters may have cleared off, thank God, but that don't mean we can go letting our guard down. Well, tell from the look on your faces that things have worked out for the best. Goddess be praised. So give me all the gory details. My family sword proved useful, I trust. Sure, it was a lot more useful than I was. At least it was not my finest hour. No. I know you were not going to believe this, but I met my own ancestors. I know it sounds odd, but it wasn't a dream. It really happened. I could feel it. But the way I see it, if I was talking with dead people, that could only mean one thing. I was dead too. Ho ho ho. Do not worry, I'm only joking. Not even the goddess can bring men back from the dead. Oh, da, 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 da. Wait! Are you leaving already? Yes. Well, I suppose you do have a journey to be getting on with. We will be sad to see you go, but you will be in our prayers. May the goddess watch over you wherever you go. There's something different about you, you know. I felt the same about our friend the priest. You appeared as if from nowhere. I have no doubt you will disappear suddenly as you arrived, almost as if you were sent by the goddess to save us. Well, please take care. Ciao! Yes! Oh, we never finished Pirate, that's why. Maribel is 28, alright. Well, this is a great place for us to leave off, and, well, we got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. And we'll be done with a trilogy of islands that all seem to be interconnected. And we're gonna say, once again, not again! So, anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky, people.